Welcome to What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D.
More than half of Ohio's foster kids leave the system because they aged out.
Yeah, but they don't always have a place to go. That's why Bessie's Angels in East Cleveland is stepping in to make it a better land.
Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2235. Well, welcome to KAZ Radio TV Network. We're in the heart of 7100 Euclid Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to my show. Tanya Perkins, how are you today?
I am so excited, and I just appreciate you inviting me. Thank you so much.
And I'm just really appreciative that you're coming on because you are really doing some amazing things in our community. You are making a difference. And I tell you, when I read your bio and I looked at the things that you are doing, I just wanted to cry because really there are tears of joy. So without further ado, tell our audience a little bit something about you because I know there's a lot.
Well, I guess it depends on what capacity. My current passion is Bessie's Angels, and we are a nonprofit with a mission to nurture, educate, and empower young women who are impacted by foster care. Corporately, I work for New York Community Bank, which is a division of Flagstar in the Community Development Department. Also, we have a family business.
Yes.
And, my husband, he just loves me because often I leave it out. But it's important to me, too. We have a third generation minority-owned real estate company, McMullen Realty. And we have been in business for more than 50 years.
Awesome.
And we have been on the corner of Miles and 170th for maybe 35 or 40 of those years.
That is really awesome. You come from a wonderful family background.
Thank you.
Not to mention that I know the whole family.
You do.
So they're very motivating, very business orientated, and very spiritual.
They are.
So I would like to ask you, tell our audience, who has been your biggest motivator to where you are, to get you where you are today? Who has a big impact?
Okay, so I've been really, really blessed. I can say that it's really been a collection of folks.
Okay.
Bessie's Angels was founded based on my grandma. My grandmother was Bessie.
Okay.
And she had spiritual gifts. She had the gift of prophecy and healing, which most people think is not real, but it is.
Okay.
But I also, I had strong women. My mother was strong. My mother-in-law was great. But I have this great group of friends that have come on this journey with me. I really could not be where I am today. And I tell people that all the time. I wouldn't be here without the love and support of others. And not to speak of Henry. We always got to throw Henry in there.
Okay. And well, let's talk about Henry. Who is Henry?
Henry is my best friend and hubby.
Okay. All right. So he's your supporter. He's got your back.
Yeah, he's also the chairman of our board. Our board is made up of Bessie's Angels board is made up of some really fantastic people. Henry heads the board, and he leads us, and he actually helps with our property management and our ownership, because we currently have three properties for Bessie's Angels that house young women that make homes. I like to say homes for young women who are impacted by care.
Excellent. Now, where are the homes located at?
So we have one in East Cleveland. We have another about a mile away in Cleveland Heights, and then we're about to open one in Garfield.
Okay.
All right.
Tell me, how did you get in this line of work?
Much prayer. So, again, my grandmother was my spiritual mentor, And before she passed away, she had a stroke.
Okay.
And she could no longer talk. And so where I used to run to her for prayer and all of the things that I needed, I had to really learn to build my own relationship with God. And as I, really sought him and prayed about what it is I should be doing, because I've always been in the community.
Right.
But I just felt like there was more. And so as I prayed and asked God, I used to manage a branch. Now I'm sort of on the administrative side of banking.
Okay.
But all of these young foster women were coming into the branch with a variety of different issues. But there was a common theme, and that was that they had nobody to help them.
Okay.
And so as I prayed and prayed, I was like, nah, God, that's not what you want me to do. But as it turns out, it was. So I always tell people Bessie's Angels belongs to God.
That is fantastic. That is really awesome. Now, these women, Betsy Angels, I know they come from foster care. Let's talk about that.
So foster care comes with a lot of things.
Okay.
The biggest thing, the most guaranteed thing that it comes with is trauma. And I think that we all have experienced trauma on some level, but there's something called adverse childhood experiences. I guess I used the acronym correctly, ACEs.
Okay.
And so there are a list of things that happened to you when you were a kid, where you might have one or two of those. Typically, a lot of our young people have all 10, if not 13. So they've had all of these different things to happen to them, particularly they were taken away from their parents.
Okay.
And that changes your life.
Yes.
And so if you're a young person and you're moving from home to home, you don't get to develop relationships. You may not have maybe what we call social graces. You don't really feel or think in a way that the rest of us do because we're grounded. We have people who have loved us. Now, that's not to say that all foster families are bad.
Okay.
So let's get that out there right now.
Okay.
There's some great people who are fostering young people. But if you're taken from your family, you don't always understand why. I mean, it's just like our mothers might have told us something like, she don't know what she's talking about. And then when we got to be grown women, we realized, oh yeah, she knew what she was talking about.
Right.
So our young people don't have that.
So you are giving them leadership. You provide different services. Let's talk about those services that you are doing.
So, we help with young people with more than just housing, and we really help any young person in Cuyahoga County or the surrounding area. And we help with any immediate need they may have. So maybe they got a new job and they don't have a proper attire.
Okay.
We have cooking classes. We have workshops on budgeting. We do anything that is going to help a young person to be complete, because all of us, women, if you're a woman, a grown adult woman, you know what that's like.
Yes.
And so if you need your hair done, because maybe you can't go to work with your hair as it is,
right,
then we can help you with that. We have a laundry. We have a pantry. We have a closet. Now, do they like to close us in the closet? I don't know. I'm beginning to rethink the closet, right?
Okay.
But we help with all of their immediate needs. We've had young people who needed medicine and didn't have the money to get it. We had young people who might be looking for a job, but their phones were cut off, so we pay up to a reasonable amount to get their phones turned on. We have rental assistance. We have utility assistance. Wherever the need is, we fill the gap. However, we walk a very fine line between assisting and enabling. It's not our goal to enable. So we're going to talk to you about some stuff. Actually, when I leave here, I'm going to see one of our young ladies so I can sit down and just talk through some things with her so that we can all be on the same page. We can all be clear. And Bessie's Angels could be the appropriate support system that she needs.
What is the age group for the young ladies in Betsy Angels?
So to live at Bessie's Angels, you either have to be referred to us by the county or you have to be at least 18. We service young women 16 to 24. Because remember, we help young people whether they live with us or not, whether they live at Bessie's Place or not.
Okay.
So if you're 16 and you've been impacted by foster care one day, you could have spent 1 day in foster care and you qualify for all of our services, you can come to all of our workshops. You know, we give bus passes for people who might need to get from point A to point B, but they don't have a way. That's part of what we do. We have a partnership with the county and with Tri-C Metro. So we have workshops on average twice a month. The county hosts a workshop for our young people.
Okay.
And then Bessie's Angels hosts a workshop on a different day. When you come to these workshops, you always leave with a gift card and food. So if our young people come, they don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to eat because we have food for them.
Right.
Our next workshop is June the 29th.
Okay.
It's at Tri-C Metro, and they can go to our website and sign up for it, and we can give them the specific details. We like for people to register so we know, how many meals to get, how many gift cards to bring, and we do all type of stuff, emotional and social intelligence. Like I said, budgeting. We talk about how to talk to your employers, just anything you can imagine, we cover.
That is really awesome. So you are really providing a wealth of information and a wealth of services to these young ladies. And the event that's going to be at Tri-C, what is it going to be covering? May I ask, or do you know the agenda?
Okay, so I'm really excited. August the 4th. So we have our monthly workshops, but August the 4th, we have several. We're calling it the Empowerment Summit. I'm sorry, lost my thought for a second.
Okay.
We have the Empowerment Summit. We're going to have several workshops. Since it's right before school, we're going to make sure that we have book bags. We're going to have gift cards and bus passes and prizes. We're also going to give a couple of stipends away for young people who are going to college and may need money for books. We're going to have all of the different sessions are going to be empowering and uplifting, and it's geared towards any of our young people between the ages of 16 and 20.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And
it's free.
And it's free, and you can't beat that.
Yeah, you can't be free.
So all of these services that you're providing cost absolutely nothing.
That's right. If you need Bessie's Angels, now it might cost you a please and a thank you. Because we're working on the please and the thank you.
And that's so important.
Yes.
Yes,
But other
yes.
than that, it's hard. It's hard for women my age. It's difficult. So we know what it's like for a young person who is 16 or 18 and they're struggling. If you're 20 and your car breaks down, I used to call my father. I called my father for everything. But they don't have that.
Right.
They may not have anybody to call. We have actually sent a mobile mechanic to one of our girls to fix her car so she could get to work because she lived far out and she was not on the bus line. Now, don't everybody call me about getting their car fixed. Okay? Don't do that. I'm just saying. But, yeah. There are some exceptions. She's been with us for a long time. We knew her. We have found people who have, I don't know if they were victims of human trafficking, what necessarily happened, but they found themselves in another state and couldn't get home. We have helped them do that. We've tried to help some people. We have a girl now. She's missing. We're looking for her. So we really get into the weeds.
What is
of
that
it.
young lady's name? Because we want to get her name out there.
Melissa
so
Roberts. Yeah, Melissa Roberts. She went to San Antonio, Texas. She was at the airport. We said, just stay in the airport. Do not leave.
Right.
And she said, well, my phone is dying. I'm going to run over to the shelter. We said, please do not leave the airport. And we have not heard from her since.
Oh, and when was this?
It's been a couple of years now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So, we're still looking for you. So if anybody...
We love you, Melissa. So,
run across her.
We love you.
See Melissa.
Yeah.
Is there numbers or where should they call?
So Melissa, that's the interesting thing. All of our young people know how to reach us.
Okay.
And so Melissa will go to our website. Any young person can actually go to our website and either put in their information or call us. And that's how they find us. If they lose their phone or whatever, then they know they can go to the Bessie's Angels website and send us a message, and we will call them immediately.
What is the website address?
www.bessies, BESSIES, angels.org. Bessie'sAngels.org. And the truth of it is, we've been around so long now that if you just type in Bessie's Angels,
It'll just pop up.
it'll pop up.
Okay.
It'll pop up. And all of our young people, that's what I'm realizing now. They really do know how to find us, and I'm very grateful for that.
Is there a phone number?
Yes, our phone number is 440-256-6663.
Give that number one more time.
440-256-6663.
Excellent, excellent. And speaking of the homes, now are they able to just live there, and then once they reach a certain status or quo or mission or whatever it is that they're doing, they move out and they get their own, or do you provide homes as well for them?
Okay, so it depends. Everything is a case by case.
Okay.
You can live at Bessie's Angels, and we check to see if you have any criminal record. We didn't do that before, but now we check to make sure you have no criminal record.
Right.
Depending on the circumstance, we might do drug tests. We require that they volunteer 14 hours per month, which
Okay.
is not a lot.
Right.
And we want you to be working or going to school. Now, it doesn't always happen so neat like that, but we work through it.
Right.
Whatever the challenges are, we are not transitional housing. So a young person can come to us when they're 18 and stay till they're 24, providing they want to follow the rules.
Excellent. Excellent.
And the rent is a sliding scale. However, we have had young people that have come to us and didn't have to pay rent based on their circumstance.
Okay.
So it really depends, on what's going on with that individual.
Correct. I see.
Yeah.
So what has been your biggest challenge putting Betsy Home together, would you say?
So I think our biggest challenge in the organization as a whole is that our young people are hiding in plain sight. Don't think for 1 minute that people are running around talking about, hey, I'm a foster kid, because they're not.
Okay.
That's just like we're not running around talking about, hey, I'm such and such, or, unless it's part of our profession, but we're not really running around identifying ourselves on that level. And so we should not expect our kids to. And so our biggest challenge is finding our young people and earning their trust so that we can really provide for them. Because typically, I even had a caseworker one time. She said, I had to come, with my kid because she was telling me about you all, and it just sounded too good to be true. So I had to come and check it out.
Yeah.
I know that the Cuyahoga County gets a really bad rap, but in so many ways, it's not fair. I have worked with some amazing caseworkers
Okay.
at the county. They use their own time and sometimes their own resources to make sure that our young people are okay. And so that lady said, listen, she brought her kids. She said, I want to see just who these people really are. And so while we might sound like we're too good to be true, we're real. And we do all the things that we say we're going to do. And nurture is the first part of our mission statement for a reason, because we want to be nurturing. It's a requirement.
That is amazing. I mean, it's God's work.
It
And
is.
you are truly.
It is. And
you
when
are
he
truly
says,
doing
Tanya,
God's work.
look, when he tells me I'm done, because it's not always, it's not always easy.
Yeah.
Our young people have been hurt a lot, and they're not running up talking about, I need that. Well, after they get to know us, they might be, I need. But for
Okay.
the most part, they want to know what you up to. Why are you helping me? What do you want from me? What should I expect?
So let's go back to the walk. The walk is going to be this
Yes,
Saturday.
it's going to be this
tomorrow?
Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
June 3rd.
Yes, I'm very excited about it. We're going to celebrate like nobody's business.
Tell our listeners where can they sign up for the walk and what's all involved in that.
Okay. So the walk, you can go to our website, www.bessiesangels.org. The walk is just our largest way to increase awareness about foster care.
Okay.
Because people don't believe that you can turn 18 and be homeless. And really, that's for a lot of different reasons. It's not always the system's fault. It's things that have gone on. But they can easily, on their 18th birthday, not be able to stay with their foster parents. And so we have the walk because when people see a lot of people, they want to know, well, what you all doing? What's those people over there? And we get a chance to talk about foster care and our young people that are aging out and homelessness and all of those social ills.
Right.
But it is also a fundraiser for us because everything we do is free.
Okay.
You know, when we pay a young person's rent, it's not a loan. We're paying their rent. When we pay their utilities, and all of us have noticed the increase in our utility bills. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
You know, when we pay their phone bills, these are not loans. When we buy food or do all of the things we do, it costs. And so the walk is our way to raise money to cover those costs. So we don't have to say we can't help you because we're out of money.
So tell our audience, how can they make a contribution? What is it that Betsy Home needs right now?
So Betsy's Angel need, when you think about Betsy's Angels, think about everything. The first thing people want to give us is clothes. So let's clear that up.
Okay.
Our young people don't dress like we dress.
True.
Okay. So there are certain things we don't need. But should somebody want to give us clothes, we'd like for them to be folded, ready to wear, and categorized.
Okay.
So, you know, women, we have 2 or 3 sizes in our closet. 10s got to be with the 10s. The 12s need to be with the 12s. The pants need to be with the pants. So most people say forget it because they want to throw it in the bag and give it to Goodwill. And that's okay because Goodwill has a staff. They have a team of people to go through the stuff. We do not.
Okay.
Any small appliances that you want to give, they have to be clean because believe it or not, we've gotten some stuff that was dirty.
Okay.
You know, it has to be something that you would feel comfortable going in the store buying yourself.
Okay.
If you don't want it, then you should not give it to us. We have beds at Betsy's Place. Our beds are full size and queen size, so we can always use sheets and all of that. We need toilet paper, paper towels. I always tell people 2-ply, please.
Personal items.
You know.
Okay. Personal items.
We have a laundry, so laundry detergent is always helpful. We give our young people gift cards. We buy bus passes. So any of those types of things. After the walk, we've said that we're going to start a registry on Amazon so people can just go and see what we're asking for. But we need pretty much whatever. We also need mentors.
Okay.
Now, the thing about that is when you have a young college student and you ask somebody, you tell them they have a mentor, that student will go running towards that person excited. Our young people usually go in the opposite direction because they don't know, you know, they have to build that relationship with you. They don't know what you want. So I tell people if you don't have a lot of patience, that might not be your sweet spot.
Excellent. And the last question I'm going to ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's amazing because when I look at 10 years, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Time goes by so fast.
I've been doing this for 10 years. I want what I see for Betsy's Angels. I want us to be solvent. I want us to be able to hire people, peer mentors, so they can talk to our young people. You know, I want us to be able to see an army of young people that we have helped and that are willing to serve other young people. That's what I want. I want us to just change the world, whether it's a person at a time.
Excellent. Well, I just want to thank you for being with us
long-winded.
today.
Sorry.
No, because people need to know what is going on with Betsy's Angels. All right? So please come out this Saturday, June 3rd, and support the walk and run, okay? Don't just sit and don't just walk by. Jump on in,
Upper
walk
Pavilion.
a little, run a little, and where is it located?
Upper Pavilion, Edgewater Park. Upper Pavilion by the Cleveland sign.
All right, and that's what's going on. Thank you for joining us today at KZ Radio Network TV. Welcome
Thank you for
to
having me.
What's Going On with Lady D today. I'm your host, Lady D.
More than half of Ohio's foster kids leave the system because they aged out.
Yeah, but they don't always have a place to go. That's why Betsy's Angels in East Cleveland is stepping in to make it a better land.
Join us every Thursday at 4 p.m. for another breakthrough conversation. Be a guest on our show, 216-571-2949. 2235.